Hi, everybody. It's kind of 5 o'clock-ish, and everybody is in a nap mood. But what are we going to do with the cryptocurrency in the future of our life, right? Everybody is talking about Puerto Rico, the inclusion, and how we can build a better world. Here is something that I would like to share with everybody that Alpha Browser and Alpha Token, what we are doing here is thinking about how our democracy is going to be like in the next year or the next decade. Cryptocurrency is something new to us not too long ago, but digital money is not. When we're talking about our wealth, our money, we know that about 90% of the money nowadays that in supply, in circulation, is already digital in some form or another. And the physical world is accelerating towards a new form. So is our society. And our asset, our money, or our wealth used to be in physical form. We have gold, we have diamond, and we have a lot of different physical assets. But nowadays, along with the information technology, along with the digitalization of our life, a lot of our asset has been on the cyber world. So the digital asset could become more and more important in our life. But the problem is our digital asset has two portions. One portion is intentional information, like the video we make, like the article we write, and the code we programmed. That's something that we intentionally made. And there's another part which is unintentional. For example, when we browse the internet, we have the browsing history. When we walk around the city, we create our geolocation data if you carry a cell phone. There are a lot of unintentional data, and we are the generator of the both intentional data and unintentional data. And they are all our asset. But who owns our digital asset? Right? This is a question that people normally omit or don't think about it. That's why that our handsome colleague is in Capitol Hill for the hearing. And this is how that everybody is moving from the physical store, no longer go to shopping in the mall, but online. So the digital asset has not been primarily controlled by ourselves. We have heard of the identity theft for the last several years, and it has been very scary. If you lose your wallet, it's fine. It's just some cash, your credit card, you can recover. But what if you lose your identity? The identity theft is really, really bad because it basically ruins your whole life. That's how digital asset, it is important to us. And that's just a theft. Some thief steal from you. But thinking about robbery. When you are generating your digital asset, when you are using digital service or product, that the data, no matter it's intentional or unintentional, you are giving away or being deprived by those service platforms. And that's called robbery, right? Yeah. So we're supposed to have and to possess our own data. This is very important. All right. In the internet world, if we are merely using or been living in a digital environment and we don't have our right, that's dweller. We are not citizens. And we would like to be a digitin, which is a digital citizen that we own and possess and also make decision on what the information and what's the data been harvested, been owned, and been traded. That's our right. So human rights has been progressed into a digital age, and there are some very new definition or nuance that we need to be understanding to be able to extend our life into the real inclusion era of a digital side. So first of all, we should own the entirety of our information, no matter it's intentional or unintentional, right? We're not supposed to give it out. Second, we should have the right to refuse of binding the personal information, our most intimate information, to any service or product. Do we have the choice nowadays? If you look at anything that you download from your app store, probably you don't, right? So this is something that we are being coerced or forced to walk into, that we don't really have alternative or choice. That needs to be changed. Also, one shall only be profited from the data they own, but not the others. This is very important because a lot of technology companies or platforms are banking on the data that the users generated, and this is not right. As I mentioned, that the digital asset has been more important than the physical asset nowadays, and in the future, it's definitely the trend. So we need to be very cautious and be aware of that. And also, the technology has enabled us to be able to omit or to abandon all representation together. In old times, that it is physically or financially impossible to get everybody to the same place at the same time to vote or to make common decisions. It's just impossible. But now, with the technology, and especially with the decentralization technology framework, we can do that. The whole world can vote on the same thing at the same time. No problem. Then why do we need the representation? Any representation will have attrition of people's true intention. So this is what blockchain is for. This is real decentralization is for. The technology has enabled us to be able to do all the governance by ourselves, decentralizedly, without middle layer, direct participation. This is the characteristic of the new digital world. So welcome to the digital world, and make sure that we become a digitizen, not just merely a dweller. That's very important. And what do we have? In old days, we have the Second Amendment. We can bear arms to protect ourselves. But nowadays, even you have a machine gun, you have an assault rifle. Can you protect yourself from digital theft and robbery? It's hard. You don't even have a target. So the responsibility and also the good thing falls upon the shoulder of my fellow decentralization developers. We need to provide the solution and means for our digitizens to get control of our life back, our digital life. In labor economics, there is a conundrum. It is called evaporation of values. It's particularly true in the content world. Content counts trillions of dollars value every year that we create contents like text, graphics, audio, video, and also metadata. They all have its value, and they are all our digital assets. However, in this world that we have everybody gets screwed. The creator, well, if you happen to be a YouTuber, that you know it for very, very dearly. If you have some video uploaded, then the copyright is no longer yours, all right? It's been taken away. And if your video gets viral, it gets millions of views, are you going to get paid? Maybe, or maybe not. It's totally at grace of the platform like YouTube, right? And how much are you going to get paid? Well, you have no saying on this. It's totally at the platform as well, all right? So, creator, it gets screwed. If you happen to know that Taylor Swift quitted the Spotify last year because she's not getting fairly compensated. If she is not, who else will? It's hard. And then consumer. So we all spend a lot of time on our mobile devices or on our computer every day. At least 4 or 5 hours, that's a minimum, right? And a lot of these time are actually, we are forced to read commercials or advertisement. This is our time. In another word, this is our life. We are spending our lives viewing commercials. Should we be compensated? Is anyone here getting compensated? All right, one, great. What about the others? See, here is a ripoff. Our life and our value has been ripped off. All right, so advertisers, it sounds like an evil word, but advertisers get ripped off as well. If you happen to be an entrepreneur, I believe 90% of people here are, you must have been making advertisement sometime, somewhat. How expensive is it? You know that, right? And at least 60-70% of this budget goes to the platforms, are not going to the end users that you need to display the ads to. It's a high attrition. It's so expensive. So for the content world, all our digital asset here, or most of the digital asset here, everybody is getting screwed. Why? Because we are bringing a knife to a gunfight. The tool is not right. The money and the trading system of the content, or we call it a form of digital asset, it is not suitable for the good. In a physical world, the highest value of a certain asset, it is at the moment that you haven't been used. The more you used, the longer you used, the lower the value is going to be. However, for content, when you create a certain content, it might not worth a lot of money. But thinking about that, when you make a video, after 10 years of viewing and 10 million people view your video, how much does it gonna worth, right? So content's value trend is different from physical good. It goes up along with the consumption and along with the time. It does not go down. And how can we use a fiat money that is invented prior to the Industrial Revolution to trade something that it is so new? It doesn't work. And also, the business model and the economy should be changed. Everybody here are very familiar with ICO. And to most of the outside world people, ICO stands for an evil term. People just come here going for banana, going for money. But ICO is a terrific tool to make this world a better place. Because any blockchain currency entity, if use ICO or token sale as the form to raise capital, that entity can afford to abandon all profiteering towards its clients or customer altogether and rely on the appreciation of the token to maintain for its sustainability. I call it the benevolent economy. Brock agree with me and actually appreciate this idea. So for the first time in the human history, that we can create better value, more value for everybody to take care and preserve a certain amount for the creator himself and avoid that zero-sum game. That's a good thing. That's what ICO can bring us. So in a digital society, as a digital citizen, that we need to have this idea in mind that we need to think things differently. Decentralization, deep down, has its economic reason. So we create a little thing called Alpha Browser. And this is a first truly decentralized content trade ecosystem.
Wallace, we may need to hurry up a little bit.
Sure.
Thanks.
It helps the content provider to get hold on to the property rights and to make money for themselves, have the pricing decision. And it helps the consumer to get paid by watching commercials. And it also helps the advertisers to lower the channel cost to zero and make their money better used in the development and the customer service. So this is what we are providing for a decentralized digital society and help our digitans to get hold on to our digital future. And this is how you can find me. And my Telegram handler is @Wallace Lynch. And thank you.